Hey y'all, it's Jen for the Love of Iris. Welcome to another countdown to Christmas video. Today's project is this one. Not with these papers, but this project. It is a hexagon box, and it is a rather large one. It measures, at its widest, 4 by 3.5 by 5.5. So it's really, really big, actually. You can fit loads of goodies in there. I mean, my whole hand to my wrist fits in there. I'm going to use, this was inspired, let me tell you who the original creator was, because it was not me. This is from Stamp with Peg, and she did it for a jar of jam. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. I wanted to use it for some oddly shaped Christmas presents I have. You could fit a cell phone in there. You could fit all kinds of goodies. Little trinkets that, I mean, how would you wrap this? You couldn't. So you just stick it in there. A little bit of bubble. Look, he's smiling at us. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. How you? See, that would fit perfectly in there. And just stick it in there and throw some bubble wrap in it, and off we go. Anyway, it's actually quite simple to make. Let me show you how to make it. Let me move this aside. I'm going to use the presents and pine cones for this time so that it counts as one of our countdown to Christmases, but you can use any paper you want. And I'm using, you're going to need a 12 by 12 of your cardstock. So I'm using Early Espresso, and then this one with the pine cones. Your cardstock will need to be 11 3/4 by 7 3/4. Now, when you cut down your 12 by 12, save this piece because you're going to use it for your embellishments, for your bottom and top pieces, and all of those things. So 11 3/4 by 7 3/4. Your piece of designer series paper will need to be 4 inches wide. I left mine at 12 because it's just going to be this tab right here that's going to be a little bit shorter if you cut it down to 11 3/4. So mine measures 4 by 12. So let's work on the base. We are going to score, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll start here. We're going to score on the long side at 1 7/8, and don't worry about writing all these measurements down. They'll be on my blog, so just pop over there and you can write them down then. 1 7/8. If I can get it lined up. All right. 3 3/4. 5 5/8. 7 1/2. 9 3/8. And 11 1/4. Turn it around and you're going to score on the 2 1/2. Okay, and while we've got our score tool out, let's go ahead and do our top. Score this one on 2 1/2 as well. Okay, and then on this one, we're going to score at 2. 3 7/8. 5 3/4. 7 5/8. 9 1/2. And 11 3/8. Okay, so now all our scoring is done. I'll move this out of the way. Let's burnish our score lines. Let's do the base first. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Okay. All right, now let's get our scissors and we are going to remove this little rectangle piece just like we're making a regular box. And I mitered in just a little bit on here, and I'm going to miter in. Can you see? I'm sorry. I know dark cardstock's not really the greatest, but so I've mitered in on this piece and this piece. So this is what we have right now. We're going to cut up all these score lines to make these flaps. Leave the big pieces alone, okay? So all of these, Santa Claus is coming to town. All right, now what you're going to do is we're going to put some adhesive on this flap. I'm using Fuse. Ooh, if you use it the right way, Jen, it actually works. Okay. And we're going to close it just like we would if we're making a regular box. Okay? You've seen me do this 100 times, and you've done it a million times yourselves. So now we've got this creature. What you want to do now is flip all of these out so it looks like some sort of ocean creature. Okay? It's fun, huh? Okay. Now put adhesive on 3 of these tabs in sequential order, because if you put them on another one, you'll end up putting adhesive on the mate and it won't work. So start at 1, and I put it kind of at the base, in the middle, and on the end. Okay, so that's 1. Here is 2, and here is 3. Okay, so there's 3. We've got adhesive on 3 tabs, right? 3 tabs are naked, 3 tabs are gluey. Now flip this over, starting with one of your sticky adhesives. It doesn't matter which. We'll start with this one since it seems to be the one that wants to go the best. Just flip it over, line them up, and stick it down. Now don't stick it too very strong because we want to make sure that we've got the box in the proper place. Okay, so there's 1, and then meet up the next pair. You're playing eharmony.com. You're finding its match, and you are sticking them down so that they can have a final life together. Okay, perfect. Now this, don't worry about the adhesive. See my adhesive sticking out? It's okay, because we're going to cover that with another piece there. I just wanted to make sure that I got it well enough stuck. And then if I had my silicone mat, which is in another room because I'm working on another project for work, I would stick this down and then make sure that that's done very well. So that's the base of our box. Very simple. Okay, I didn't do any stamping on here. On the other one I did. I stamped with the wood grain background. Obviously, if you want to do any stamping, you would do it before you assembled your box. But with this one, I thought just the dark the dark early espresso would be perfect. Okay, now for the lid, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to burnish all of our score lines. And then this one, we are going to assemble opposite. It's almost opposite of what you would think. We're going to cut the big flaps instead of the little ones. And I messed up the first time because I cut the small flaps. So see, we've got this little flap here. This is actually going to be the top of our box, so we're going to leave that alone. We're going to cut up these big ones, okay? So again, we're going to cut this flap off. No, we're not. Yes, we are. We're going to cut this flap up. Don't listen to me. And then we're going to miter into these. Okay? So you have a tiny little flap here. This is gone. And we're going to cut up all of these. Okay, now same deal. Adhesive on the little flap. Match this up. Okay. And then same thing. Let's turn him into an octopus. Adhesive on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Be careful that when you do your adhesive that you're holding your tabs down, because if you don't, you may inadvertently tear your lid, because see, you've got such a narrow space that you're working with right here. I don't want this to tear and tear up, and then it would be a disaster. Okay, so flip her back over. Let's do eHarmony again. Find our match. Right here, I'm thinking. Okay. And you're going to place your sticky one down first, obviously. And then match your next one. And just keep rotating and matching. Don't you feel successful? I bet I know how that guy feels that created eHarmony. He's like, look at this job I've done. I matched all these things. And then this now will fit on top of your box ever so beautifully. Look how gorgeous that is. I just adore it. Okay, now let me get out the Big Shot, and I'm going to get some of the scalloped circles. Yeah, I'm going to get what I call my number 8, which is the biggest scallop that we have, okay? So this is my number 8. It may be your number 1, I don't know, because everybody has different numbers. However you number yours, get the big one. And I'm going to cut 2 of these, okay? And I'm cutting it from the remainder of the early espresso cardstock that I have left that I cut down for my 12 by 12. Alrighty? So there's 1. And here comes another. You know, I put in Pandora, I put in Christmas to listen to some Christmas music today. It's the most boring Christmas music I've ever heard. I'm not sure who created this channel, but I'm going to have a word with them. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. Oh, now they step it up. They must have heard me. And that fits deliciously right there on top. Isn't that cool? Okay, so let's get out our snail. And let us stick this on top of here. And snail to snail is fine. Or snail is fine because it's just paper to paper. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same with this one. And this one is going to layer on here. Now I didn't worry about anything else on the bottom of this. I thought that was sufficient just to cover up the eHarmony matching. See? And then this one, I did take a number 6 to me, which is the second, well, 8, 7, 6. So it's the 3rd smallest straight circle. And I cut out a piece of coordinating designer series paper. So let me do that real quick. And that will at least finish off the top of my box. And then you can decorate and embellish however you like. I tied a ribbon. Every time I say that, I want to sing that tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. But I tied a ribbon around the middle of this one. And I do actually like that. So I may do that with some Emerald Envy. But look how that just finishes that off. You can't see a thing. I'm telling you, look how that just finishes it off. You can't see a thing. There. Am I out of across now? Come on. No. Okay. Just wasn't aggressive. All right. I'm going to stick that on there. Loving that. You know what would be really good? The tin of tags. Let's do tin of tags on here. Which one? I don't know. Let's get it out and see. Tin of tags. Okay. How about... this is for you. Yeah. This tin of tags is my absolute favorite for all. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Let's get some wistful white. Let's do that. Let's get our Emerald Envy ink block here. This block is way too big, but that's okay. It's the first one I reached for. It'll work. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. She sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. Okay, now let's get our stitched circles. Want to? Okay. Let's see. This one. Bam! This is the second one. Okay? Second from the smallest. And let's pull this back out. Face unafraid, the plans that were made, walking in a winter wonderland. Ba ba bam. Okay. This is for you. Pop that out. Golly, I just love those. Stunning. Ooh, let's pop it up on a dimensional. Yeah, let's do that. Or several. Let's do 4 because I want it to stay on there. Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Okay, I'm trying to find the back. Here it is. So that's the back. This is going to be the front. This is for you. Love it. Okay, now let's take, this video is like forever long, 18 minutes already. Why not? Let's make it a little bit longer. Let's take some of this here Emerald Envy ribbon. I wish I hadn't used all my presents in pine cones, those little pine cones, because I'd have tied one on here. That'd have been real cute to tie one of those little pine cones on here. Darling. Okay, let's tie a bow. You know how great I am with bows. Let's see if we can get it to work. Probably not, but we'll try. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry, because you know what? Santa Claus, he's coming to town. You know, when my kids were little, I wrapped all of their presents in different, this is going to have to do, in different paper from Santa than the rest of the presents from me and my husband. So you could theoretically use, like, I don't know, Candy Cane Lane or something, and make all their presents in this kind of stuff from Santa. And then it wouldn't match. Look at here at this. I'm gonna cut that off. That's miserable. Okay. And then it wouldn't match what the rest of the papers, and then they would know it was from Santa because it was different than what you had. There. Now it decided to cooperate. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Bo. All right. Well, I hope you like them. I think they're spectacular. Thank you very much, Stamp with Peg, for showing me how to do this. She had a written tutorial but didn't have a video, so I thought I would throw a video out there. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you make one for yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.